Good morning, greetings, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I use nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures if you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be. But you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health challenge. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 32 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes, hypertension, obesity, skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to wean yourself off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you have a health challenge you need help with, or if you just have a comment or success story you'd like to share, we love hearing from you. 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side, 844-236-6010. If you have questions about the longevity products, the longevity business, ingredients, formulations, or just a comment or success story, 844-236-6010 is our number on The Bright Side. If you want to purchase longevity products, go to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, criticalhealthnews.com. We've got news stories and blog posts and videos and all the longevity products and a Join the Team link that you can click on if you want to sign up to join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $25 fee. You can be in business for yourself. It's an ideal business opportunity for the entrepreneurially minded. If you are an entrepreneur warrior, because it is a warriorship to be an entrepreneur. It is not for the timid. It is not for the faint of heart, but if you get that adrenaline rush from being successful in your own business and you don't want to work for anybody else, this is an ideal business opportunity, even if you just want to make some spare change, or even if you just want to get your products at the wholesale price and don't want to do the business for a one-time $25 fee. You can be part of the Brightside Ben team and join me in my mission to change the world at the most fundamental level there is, which is the level of good health. And if you benefited from the longevity products, just pay it forward. You'll get paid to pay it forward, to help spread the word. Most people still don't know about how powerful, how life-changing, how transformative at the most basic and fundamental level of being a nutritional supplement program can be. And you can be the ones to show someone, to be the hero in someone's life. And you really will be a hero when you show them some of these ideas and not to mention some of these products. 844-866-735-2470, 866-735-2470 is the phone number to call, or click on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, so we have been talking about a kind of interesting twist on health and on chemistry. You don't hear people talking about the electromagnetics of health. You hear people talking about electromagnetics and electricity, but not the quantum level. We have been really diving into the weeds here at the tiniest of levels, which is really where all health begins, which is where all everything begins, the quantum level. And when we get freaked out by the word quantum, all it means is very small. You take an apple and you cut it in half, and then you cut that half in half, and then cut that one of those quarters in half, and you keep going. Eventually, you're going to get to the smallest particle. Eventually, you're going to get to the molecules and the atoms. Now, obviously, you'd have to start cutting a lot. There's probably, in an apple, there are probably on the order of 10 to the 20th molecules, which is like a billion molecules. So we're talking, you got to cut that apple really small, but theoretically speaking, you're eventually going to get to the tiniest of levels, which is the levels of the molecules. And guess what? The molecules are made up of something even smaller. Those are called the atoms. And the atoms are all the little things that are on the periodic table. Now, I hope you don't think this is too much science, because it's really important, because if we don't understand some of these basic ideas, which are not hard, not complicated, we're going to be pulled hither and thither, to and fro, from this formula to that formula, from this vitamin to that vitamin, from this latest magical device to that magical device, because we don't understand what's happening at the basic level, and it's not complicated. It's just like little things make bigger things make bigger things. There used to be an old saying, little fleas have smaller fleas upon their back to bite them. And smaller fleas have even smaller fleas, and so on ad infinitum. In other words, everything's made up of something smaller and something smaller, something smaller, something smaller. And by the way, eventually you get to nothing, because at the center of everything is nothing. Now, let that one sit and percolate in your brain for a little bit, but we're not going to go there. Fact is that all the molecules are made up of the little squares on the periodic table. They call those atoms. Carbon is an atom, hydrogen is an atom, oxygen is an atom, sulfur is an atom, nitrogen is an atom, uranium is an atom, iodine is an atom, selenium is an atom, neodymium is an atom. That's what we mean when we say trace minerals and minerals. We're really talking about these atoms. Now, they're minerals because they come combined with other things. Minerals usually have some oxygen and some hydrogen kind of sticking to things, because atoms don't really exist by themselves. That's one of the interesting things about these atoms. They don't like being alone. They're always combined with other things. That's how molecules form. These atoms combine into molecules, and it's basically like letters and words. The atoms are the letters. They don't like to be alone. You'll never see an atom alone. It's always combined with something. That's why you always have magnesium glycinate, or magnesium carbonate, or zinc picolinate, or sodium chloride. Sodium is one of the most explosive things there is, because it does not like being alone. It gets very upset when it is alone, and it will react with anything. You put water on sodium, you'll get a huge explosion. Chloride becomes gas. It doesn't want to be alone. It turns into a completely different substance. So atoms don't like to be alone. They're always combined with other things. Like letters don't like to be alone. They're always combined with other things to form words. Atoms are always combined with other things to form molecules. And guess what? The way the atoms are held together to form a molecule is with magnets. It's a magnetic force. If you've ever played with a magnet, that's exactly what's happening. Or electricity, if you prefer, because they're the same thing. Electricity is magnetism. Magnetism is electricity. That's why it's called electromagnetism. It's like heads and tails are part of the same coin. So the atoms are held together electrically or magnetically, depending on whatever you like. You could say it either way. And if you remember your high school chemistry, or if you know a little bit about chemistry, you've seen those chemical structures where they have these little lines drawn between the C line, H, O. Those little lines, they imply that a chemical molecule is a solid thing. It is no such thing. It is not solid. It's all magnets. It's all being held together by electrical forces, by electromagnetism. This is really important when it comes to health. So don't think that this is just babbling on about physics. It's really important when it comes to health. These molecules these atoms that are forming the molecules are forming them with magnets, and the molecules themselves get together to form the tissues, and the molecules get together to form the cells. And then the cells get together to form the tissues. It's all happening with magnets. Everything is being held together with magnets. Our entire reality, including our cells and our tissues and our organs, everything is held together with magnets, or if you prefer, electricity, because they're the same thing. So our bodies are held together with electricity, with magnets. You think that's important? You better believe it is. Because when we're sick, it's electromagnetic. We're not being held together right. So we need to learn how to hold ourselves together right. We need to learn how to become more magnetic, how to facilitate the electromagnetism in the body. That's health. And yes, vitamins and minerals do it, but they do it, and foods, good foods, and oxygen, and movement, all of it works with magnets and electricity. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this. back on the bright side. Got lines open for you at 844-236-6010 if you have questions about our longevity products or our Truth Skin Health products, which are all available at truthtreatments.com. Or if you want to, if you have a comment or success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010 is our number. Of course, if you have questions about health challenges you or a loved one is dealing with, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. If you want to purchase longevity products, head to brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com, and click on the Join the Team link to start a longevity business and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. For a one-time $25 fee, you can get your products at the wholesale price and start a longevity business as well. Work out of your home, right off your home office. Work as little or as much as you want, make as little or as much money as you like, and all while you're helping change the world at the level of good health and the level of good nutrition. So we were talking about the electromagnetic forces, and I know it sounds like seems abstract and it's kind of weird, but health is not chemical, folks. Biology is really not chemical. At the most fundamental levels, we're electrical. And we, by the way, we've really mucked up our electrical environment. We are living in an electrical environment that has been so tweaked and so changed and so distorted in the last 150 years that there's no way it cannot impact our electromagnetic bodies. That means using things that help the body facilitate electrical energy and process electrical energy are super important. Nutrients help the body process electrical energy. We live in a massively distorted electromagnetic field with everything from our cell phones to our computers to all of the lights and the radio waves and the television waves and not to mention the natural forms of energy that are saturating the environment. Nutrients help the body process energy, not just the energy from foods, which we're going to talk about here in a moment, but also the energy from EMFs, they call them, electromagnetic fields. It doesn't do us any good to wring our hands about 5G and electromagnetic fields. You can start hearing about 5G and how bad that is. Fifth generation, for those of you who don't know what that is, 4G, 5G, 3G, these are all forms of electromagnetic pollution in the air. But you can't, it's there. It ain't going, it's not going away. That cow has left the barn. The toothpaste is out of the tube. You're not going to be pushing it back in. We're going to be living in an electromagnetic field for the rest of our evolution, a massively polluted electromagnetic field for the rest of human evolution. So what it means is we got to use nutrients to help the body process that. I go to these, I do talks, Total Health Expo in Canada and various places, and there's one lady in particular, but a lot of people talk about how terrible electromagnetic fields are and how you shouldn't use your cell phone, you should turn your cell phone off. Forget it. You're swimming in it. It's like a fish in ocean. It's like telling a fish, well, you want to, I don't know how you would avoid the ocean. You got to protect yourself from the ocean, little fish. It's not going to happen. The fish is living in the ocean, and we're living in an electromagnetic ocean, and you're not going to protect yourself from it. But what you could do is you can help your body process it. Cancer is an electromagnetic phenomenon, like all cell activity, especially cell growth and what's called differentiation, which is the different shapes cells take. It's all electromagnetic. I remember when I was a little kid, there used to be this toy called a monster magnet. It's probably still around. Whammo, monster magnet. I found this thing in my own kid-like way endlessly fascinating. And it was just a magnet. Of course, people have found magnets fascinating for eons. I think thousands of years ago, the first magnet was discovered. Lodestone, they called it. And so it's always been pretty fascinating, this idea you could pick things up. I found it incredible that you could actually pick up little toy cars with this monster magnet. And it was a pretty heavy-duty magnet. And that power, that monster magnet power that we all find so interesting, that I found interesting when I was a kid, is the most functional force in the world. Nothing functions without magnets. And the discovery of what's called the electromagnetic field is probably maybe the greatest discovery ever made in science. Michael Faraday in the mid-19th century discovered that there was a field of magnetic energy everywhere. A field means it's everywhere. That just blows me away, that idea. That we live in a field like we are embedded in a quilt, or we're embedded in a fabric of magnetism. That's what the field is, and it connects everything. Anybody who tells you this idea of connection is airy-fairy, doesn't understand the nature of a field. Everything's connected through magnetism. Molecules, atoms, cells, tissues, organs, the sky, the planets, trees. It's all embedded magnetically. And when we are sick individually, we're magnetically sick. And when our environment is sick magnetically, when our environment is sick, and our culture and our society, it's sick because of this misunderstanding of connection, separation. Separation is a total illusion, and when we feel separate psychologically, we get psychologically sick. That's what addiction is, by the way. Addiction is a way to restore connection. We get addicted to things because we feel disconnected, and at least we can become connected to what that is we're addicted to. All health, psychological health, mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, physical health is about connection and disconnection. And the perfect metaphor for that is magnetism. The pull and the attraction of magnets and everything around it it's not only one of the most fascinating forces in the universe, it's the main force in the universe. You got four forces. Two of them operate at the tiniest levels. Don't even talk about those. And then the other two forces are electromagnetism and gravity. Gravity's for big things. Electromagnetism is for small things, like in the human body. When we're healthy, our magnetic force is holding everything in place. This pull and attraction of the magnetic force is what holds our body in place into a coherent system, into a well-functioning system. When we're healthy, our magnetic forces are holding everything in place as they should be. When we're sick, our magnetic force is deteriorating. Period. That's health and sickness right there. Our magnets are weakening. Our magnets get weaker as we get older, and our parts start to fall apart. It's like our monster magnet is no longer able to hold on to its metal toys. The magnetic force is dialed down. But there are ways to improve our magnetism. Luckily, we don't have to fall victim to entropy, at least not as fast as we do. Entropy, by the way, is the breaking up of this electromagnetic force. And that's what disease is. Eating correctly provides electrical energy to the body. That's why eating correctly is so important. And by eating correctly, I mean eating electron-rich with both the transfer agents, that's what the vitamins and the minerals are, and then there are special molecules that help move the magnets around, move the magnetic energy around. We call those enzymes. And between those three elements, you have a perfect food. And guess where you find that? In nature. That's the only place you find that. We can fake out the perfect food with processing, but it's never the same. That's why you don't want to be giving your kid formula, no matter what your doctor says, unless you don't have a choice. And sometimes people don't have a choice. But if you have a choice, breast milk has got everything. It's got the macronutrients, that's the electrons. It's got the micronutrients, that's the switching stations. And then it's got the enzymes. That's the perfect food, those three elements. Hardly anybody, any of us, subsists on those kinds of foods. That's, by the way, it's called a whole food. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open, 844-236-6010. You're listening to The Bright Side. We will be back right after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have questions about the longevity products or health challenges you or a loved one may be dealing with, 844-236-6010 is our number. Check out the longevity products at brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. And you can also check out our Truth Skin Health products, truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. We've got free shipping for the for the foreseeable future, we'll say. I'm not sure how long we'll have that for. It's free shipping for now. And then also we have new products up at truthtreatments.com, including our Truth Trifecta, which is a combination of our Truth Hyaluronic Mineral Hydrator, our Truth Biomimetic Mineral Mist, and our Truth Transdermal C Serum. You get all three products for, I think, 10 or 15% off the individual price, and they work perfectly together, not just to soften the skin and to nutriate the skin, but to plump the skin. You get visible plumping when you use the Truth Trifecta correctly. You can check it out at truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. All right, got lines open. We'll get your calls here momentarily. 844-236-6010 is our number, 844-236-6010. By now, hopefully, most of you guys know about CBD, cannabidiol. Medical cannabis now has been shown to relieve the symptoms of autism in children. New study of patients with autism who are 18 years old and under. Researchers from Ben Gurion University report that cannabis as a treatment for autism spectrum disorders. That is, autism occurs on a spectrum. Autism can be really, really, really bad, or it can be mild. In fact, you may not even know that somebody has autism. It can be so mild. Autism is basically a failure or inability to process external information effectively. Most of us assume that all you do is you walk around the world and you see things and you hear things and you feel things and you just live your life. But autism, when you have autism, it becomes difficult to process external information. And then it comes in all jumbled. A lot of times kids will freak out when that happens. Some of the symptoms of autism include tics and seizures and violent rage, depression, restlessness. All of these involve failures to process external energy. Autism comes from the word auto, self. The autistic patient is within themselves. They can't process the external world as effectively as they need to, as effectively as most of us do. Well, it turns out that CBD can help alleviate the symptoms of autism. In this study that was published in the journal Scientific Reports, more than 80% of the parents of autistic children reported significant or moderate improvement in their child. That's amazing. That's from CBD. That's from an oil that was 30% CBD. And a little touch of THC. You're not allowed to have THC. The government won't let you have THC. You can only have 0.3% THC, which is like nothing. Because God forbid you should get high. You can't have that. So the stupidity of this whole prohibition on marijuana just blows me away as a pharmacist. Anyway, cannabidiol for autism. If you do know anybody with autism or mental health challenges, cannabis can help relieve the symptoms, but it's not going to take care of the problem. The problem usually resides, surprise, surprise, in what's called the microbiome. That is the gut. That's all mental health issues, even things like depression, by the way, which is now thought to be an inflammatory disease. Did you know that? That depression has inflammatory correlates. I'm not going to go as far as to say it's caused by inflammation, but I will say that inflammation is correlated with it, with depression. Where does inflammation begin in the body? Well, keep in mind, inflammation is a protective response. It's a defensive response. So when you have an inflammatory issue, you have a defensive response. When you have a defensive response, you have an offending agent. When you have an offending agent, you have a route of administration of that offending agent, and almost always it's going to be food or the digestive system or the microbiome, and that includes autism spectrum disorder. It includes schizophrenia. It includes all manner of depression and bipolar disorder and other vague psychiatric diagnoses. Not to mention almost every single health challenge you can name. Microbiome, digestive system first and foremost, no matter what your health challenge is. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Kathy in Kansas. Good morning. What's up, Kathy?
Hi, yeah, I have a 2-year-old here that has had leg pain for, I want to say, about a year, just off and on. Complains, sometimes it's severe. But yesterday he got very severe, basically collapsed, and is in severe.
You got to have that checked out. That could be a nerve thing. What did they tell you?
I did. I took him to the emergency room. I've taken him to the doctor.
What did they say?
They're sending me home saying it's nothing. Like they are giving me at this point.
What other? Are there any other symptoms?
Just severe pain in his leg.
No, aside from the leg, anything else?
No.
If there's severe pain in the leg, that needs to be checked. I would absolutely not. I would find somebody who could find what's wrong there. I wouldn't stop. It could be something as serious as a neural problem, a nerve problem, or a brain problem even. I wouldn't mess around with that. If you're sure there's severe pain there, 2-year-olds should not have severe pain in their legs. Emergency rooms are very busy. That's not the place you want to go. You want to go to somebody who can spend time with the kid. It's the problem is the kid can't communicate very well, so it doesn't really know. That makes it very difficult. So, but I wouldn't mess around with that.
Yeah.
That's certainly not a nutritional thing. That's something I would be taking very seriously. Wish I had more information for you, but that's something I would really want to have somebody. My kid, I'd want to have somebody doing a complete workup. I don't even know what kind of workup you do on a toddler, but that needs to be done. Whatever they can do.
That was my thought. I've taken him to the doctor 3 different times, going, "Please help me."
And they tell you it's nothing?
He can't walk. He can't move his legs.
Hang on, Kathy. They tell you it's nothing?
Yeah, they told me it was they're like that. We can't find anything. We don't know what's wrong with them. Like, good luck with that. That's pretty much the answer.
It sounds like it's neurological to me. Without seeing the kid, I can't tell you. Just by your description, it sounds neurological. You take him to a neurologist. Did you do that?
Yeah, I can try. I'm trying.
That's what I would do. I wouldn't be playing around. I wouldn't be playing around with it if it was my kid. And I wish I could tell you can use nutrition, but this doesn't sound like it's a nutritional issue. Toddlers, are assuming he's healthy in other ways. It's not a nutrient thing. I don't think it's a nutrient issue. I wish I had more information for you, Kathy. Good luck with that. I would take him to a neurologist, absolutely. Yeah, that's not, I'm not a big believer in the medical model. You know that if you've listened to this program any length of time. But there's some places, somebody who understands how the body is structured needs to be consulted with. And that's where a doctor can come in handy. And for something like this, for a toddler, I would absolutely not be messing around. All right, let's see what Nicole in Nebraska has to say. Good morning, Nicole. What's up?
Hey, Dr. Ben. Hey, thanks for taking my call. I really appreciate your program. Hey, I'm 41 years old, supposedly relatively healthy. Over the last 5 years, I've had a lot of strange health issues, unexplained anemia. I was diagnosed with Sjogren's. I have a consistent low white blood count. I don't absorb vitamin D well. I don't absorb the iron well.
Well, what's happening? You sound like you're falling apart there, Nicole. You got a lot of stuff going on there. Let me help you out, okay? The Sjogren's syndrome is a major clue. For the listeners, Sjogren's syndrome is an autoimmune issue that affects the glands, the secretory glands, secretion glands. Hang on, Nicole. We'll help you out here when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We will return right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we're back on The Bright Side talking to Nicole in Nebraska. What's up? Are you getting that polar vortex out there in the Midwest? Nicole? Nicole, my dear? I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
I was just asking you about the polar vortex in Omaha or Nebraska. Yeah, you getting that?
We are, but it's going to be 50 degrees tomorrow, so we're excited.
Oh, nice. Oh, good for you.
Nice.
All right, so you're early 40s, and you got all kinds of stuff going on, Nicole. What's up with that?
I do. Okay, so I got a bunch of issues like that going on. I've been to multiple doctors. They all say that I'm normal, I'm healthy.
No. Wait a minute. Let's repeat back. Yeah, I heard Sjogren's, right? That's what stuck out to me. What else was it?
It was an unexplained anemia.
Unexplained anemia.
I don't really absorb much vitamin D.
You don't absorb vitamin D?
I've changed my diet. I've gone gluten-free.
What's your height to weight? Can I ask you in front of everybody?
What?
Do you mind telling us your height to weight? I don't want to embarrass you or anything. Is there a problem there? You don't need to tell me. Go ahead.
Oh, my gosh, no. I'm 5'7". I'm 145 pounds. I exercise regularly. I get 8 hours of sleep a night. But I'm desperately struggling.
How do they get? What makes you think? What makes them think you have Sjogren's?
Well, they tested my antibodies.
Yeah.
And they were positive.
Okay.
And then I have really dry eyes.
Okay, so that's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear. But there's a couple things I want to point out to you, okay?
Okay.
Obviously, if you have antibodies to your glands, to your body, you have an autoimmune disease. That's how they measure an autoimmune disease, if you have antibodies to yourself. So obviously you have an autoimmune problem. If you have an autoimmune problem, you have a significant biochemical issue. But, and I'm not saying this to pick on you in any way, shape, or form, but I got to say it because I want everybody to understand this. You think you're healthy, and yet you have these markers, and you have anemia, and you don't feel good. But you think you're healthy. Now, I'm not putting you down or knocking you. I just want you to see how we set the bar so low on our health. Do you follow
I don't
me?
think I'm healthy, I don't think I'm healthy, but the doctors keep telling me that I'm
okay. Then the
I'm
doctors
fine.
think you're healthy. Good. The doctors think you're healthy. So I don't want you to have this bad attitude that you're sick. We'll just fix this, okay? Sjogren's syndrome and all autoimmune diseases. Number one, first and foremost, I'll say it again. I say it every show practically. I say it every time I talk. I'll say it again. They are digestive issues and need to be regarded as such. Period. Mm-hmm. There's 80 million people in this country with autoimmune diseases, probably more, that aren't identified. It's tragic beyond belief. It's the end result. I could give you the logic of it, and if I've done it before. I'm not going to go into it now, but just know that if you stop eating, your symptoms will disappear. Now, obviously, you have to eat. I'm not saying to never eat again, but you'll see for yourself how when you stop putting food in, your symptoms disappear. Now, over the course of time, you're going to become anemic because your body's not processing nutrients. As that digestive condition gets more and more messed up, you're going to be malnourished. You're essentially starving. You can't make red blood cells. You can't carry oxygen. This is craziness. So listen, my dear, you got to know at the age of 40 for this to be happening to you. I think you said 40, 41, did you say?
Yep.
So at the age of 41, for this to be happening to you, this has got to have been going on for a long time. You must have had digestive issues your whole life.
I have.
Well, now how do I know this? Am I psychic? No, I'm not psychic. This is just how the body works. I'm not psychic, Ben. I'm pharmacist, Ben. You understand this? So this is just the body, if you understand how the body works. And the fact that you went to doctors and they tell you you're okay, and I'm sitting here on the radio telling you a common sense thing that you understand in 10 seconds, tells you how ignorant the medical model is. Did I say anything complicated here? You got... No. This is what your doctor should be doing. So nonetheless, forget it. I don't want to rip on doctors. Do it yourself. Get on a good probiotic supplement, and lots of them. You got to correct the digestive issues because it's going to get worse. You don't have one autoimmune disease. You get more and more and more. You just start off with one. So it's going to get worse. You've got to get the food thing under control. Do a food diary. I'd be fasting for a couple of days. Just give your body a break. Chances are your body has never had a break. Give it a break. Do a swear-o-vie cleanse maybe, and then do the elimination diet. That's where you eat foods and then see how you feel. You know what I'm talking about. Chart your foods, eat your foods, focus on foods. Now, I could tell you there's lots of other nutrients you need, but you're functionally going to be starving because you're not going to absorb them. But liquid nutrients would really help you a lot. Bone soup, homemade chicken soup, aloe vera, apple cider vinegar with your meals or aloe vera with your meals, digestive enzymes with your meals, and then also the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Make sure you're using that. You're going to need lots of other nutrients probably too, but until you get that digestive thing patched up, you're going to want to just try to do as much liquid nutrition as possible. Vegetable juices too also will be very helpful for you. I want to get a few more calls in here, but the good news is, Nicole, you're young. And once you start to employ some of these strategies, you're going to notice changes almost immediately. The sicker we are, the faster we turn it around, the more deficient we are, the faster the body absorbs the nutrients. Hope I helped you out, Nicole. God bless you. And good luck with everything. All right, take care. All right, let's go to Charlotte in Montana and say good morning. What's up, Charlotte? How you doing? Welcome to the bright side.
Thank you, Ben. I just want you to know that you're one of my heroes.
Oh, my goodness.
Thank you. I really appreciate what you do for people.
I appreciate that you appreciate that. Thank you. That means a lot to me.
Oh, well, you mean a lot to a lot of people.
Cool. So how can we help you today?
I was wondering, could you recommend a book on how to live without a gallbladder? I have many friends that don't have a gallbladder.
That would be a great book. I don't know of a book as such. I'm sure they're out there. Just go on Kindle. You get all kinds of good information on Kindle. I don't know of a good book for that. I mean, I personally just study the gallbladder. There are lots of things you need to do when you don't have a gallbladder. Lots and lots. And I would encourage anybody who has a gallbladder, unless you have serious pain, keep your gallbladder, or cancer, of course. Keep your gallbladder. You need the gallbladder. Doctors think you don't. You do. You need it for the absorption of fatty vitamins. You need it for the absorption of essential fatty acids. You need it for the breakdown of foods. And you need it for detoxification. Bile is a detox fluid. If you don't have a gallbladder, you are going to be at higher risk for estrogen toxicity, for hormone toxicity, for heavy metal toxicity, for drug toxicity, for chlorine in the water toxicity. Without a gallbladder, you are guaranteed to have less quality of life and a shorter life at that. So I wish I could help you. I'll give you a couple ideas. Lecithin granules, ox bile, digestive enzymes, including pancreatin, apple cider vinegar with meals, probiotics and fermented foods, healthy amount of fiber. There's a major relationship between the intestine and the liver and the gallbladder and the stomach and the pancreas. So anything you do for all those systems is going to be very, very important for somebody who's had a gallbladder taken out. And I don't have a book for you, but I'm sure they're out there. Thanks for your kind words, by the way, and thanks for your call, Charlotte. I appreciate it. And we're going to move on to Andrew in California and say good morning. What's up, Andrew? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning, Ben. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's going on?
My question is about your friend N-acetylcysteine.
I love that
being
stuff.
That it's a chelating agent, is it not a good idea to take that with vitamins and minerals?
To take it with vitamins and minerals? Doesn't. What are you thinking? That it would chelate the vitamins and minerals? Why would you say that?
Yeah, like iron and doesn't it attract metals?
It does. It tends to attract loose, flopping around metals, not nutritional, colloidal, plant-derived metals, minerals that are in foods or even in supplements. You might get some chelation, which is why you probably want to take them separately, because it might keep your body from using some of the minerals. But I don't think that's significant. What it will do is it will chelate heavy metals. It'll chelate toxic metals, and that's a good thing.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to clear up.
It's a very, very important detox. I know you're teasing me when you said my friend, but it is my friend because I just love the stuff. I use it everywhere. I use it topically. I use it internally. I put it in my formulas. It's in our blemish repair complex. It's just an amazing, absolutely mind-blowingly important and functional nutrient that's not essential. It's a non-essential nutrient, but it's supremely fundamental in the detox process, especially for smokers, by the way. All smokers should be using N-acetylcysteine because it's particularly protective for the lungs. You know, your lungs are one of your detox organs, by the way, along with the liver. So anything you do for lung health is going to improve detoxification. Andrew, I hope I helped you, buddy. I want to get one more call in. Thank you for reaching out on the bright side. Let's go to Barry, and you get the last word. Barry in New Orleans. What's going on, Barry?
Yes, good morning. I want to ask you, they always say so many millions of people get cancer every year. Do you believe these statistics are exaggerated or are they accurate?
I would say, based on my personal experience, I would say they're pretty accurate. Cancer is huge. It's very unlikely that if you live long enough, you won't get cancer. And by the way, cancer happens all the time to us, and our body fights cancer. Yes, this is so important to anybody who has cancer to understand. Cancer comes and goes. It comes and it goes. We want to support the body's immune system so the body can take care of the cancer. Thanks for your call, Barry. Appreciate it. And that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for listening to The Bright Side. Check out our websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com for the longevity products, and truthtreatments.com for our Truth Skin Health products. Have a wonderful, beautiful, awesome, spectacular day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.